All right, admit it. You all have little pet peeves or habits that just drive your spouse nuts. Maybe you're like me and you can't stand it when people chomp and pop their gum. Doesn't that just drive you nuts? Even if your spouse has a habit that drives you crazy, it shouldn't drive you to divorce. Everybody has some characteristic that is different. Take a look.
She pops her gum, and she doesn't hear herself popping it, but I'm like, it's like a machine gun going off next to me in the car.
You've left barely empty milk in the refrigerator, and I'm like, what is this? This isn't enough for a cup of coffee.
When he leaves his slippers where he can't find them, that always annoys me because he doesn't put things back where he found them.
He takes my laundry out of the dryer when it's not dry and leaves it on top of the washing machine and puts his own clothes in the dryer.
We have pens and pencils all over the house.
Well, that's because she puts stuff in the washing machine and dryer and then just leaves it.
And she says, you always leave things all over the place.
Right.
And it's the always that annoys me.
All right, now I admit it, I have some things that bug the heck out of me. I was in New York Monday, I got back to the house and a bunch of my producers were just pulling out of the driveway. I think they've been talking to my wife about spilling the beans, so I'm gonna see this with you. Take a look.
I want to share with you some of the little things that really annoy Philip. I think on the top of that list would be little noises, any noise in the background, especially a noise in his car. I'm going to share with you a story that happened 15 years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. I'll use Jordan's car as an example. He worked all day trying to find the rattle in his car, couldn't do it, brought me outside, said, come with me, I think you can help me. So I did. I go out there, there is a towel laying behind the car. He said, if you'll just lay on this towel and let me run the car back and forth on top of you, you can maybe tell me where the rattle's coming from. Now, he will tell you I didn't do it, that he was kidding. He was not kidding. I did it, laid on the towel, he ran the car back and forth on top of me. You know, when it was over, I said, the only rattle I hear is probably the one in my head for even considering doing that. Another thing that really annoys Philip, he does not like for anyone to touch his face or his head. It's not like they're gonna mess up his hair or anything. Poor Tina, his makeup artist, has the hardest time doing her job. He is constantly bobbing and weaving, just anything he can to get away from her. Being on time is very important to Philip. So if you have a meeting with him, you don't want to be late. But I tell you what, he's always late, seldom on time. He'll say it's someone else's fault. He's always getting stopped. Someone always needs something. He's always late. This is our family room. Warm, cozy. I love everything about this room until I get to the green chair. Biggest annoyance to Philip is that I've been stalking this chair for 15 years trying to recover it. But you know what? I'm gonna just give up the battle. Philip, it's yours.
Look, that is such a crock. You did not lay under that car. Come here. Come here. You did not lay under that car. You did not lay under the car. She did not lay under the car.
I laid under
You
that
did not
car.
lay under.
You had me do that.
No,
I know you did.
I can prove you didn't. Because I shouldn't say this, but what you wouldn't fit under the car. I put you in the trunk.
Oh, that's right.
I put you in the. You want to apologize?
No. That's right. I didn't lay under the car.
You got in the trunk and you wouldn't even close
He was
the
serious.
lid.
He wanted me to lay under that car, but I wouldn't do it. And so he said, would you at least sit in the trunk? I'll go really slow, and then so you can hear it. And so I did do that. I got in there. I had to hold the trunk lid open. I'm sitting there. He goes in he starts doing figure eights. And I'm like, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You said you'd go slow. He was going so fast.
You want to
I thought I'd
apologize?
fall out. No.
You didn't lay under the car.
I didn't lay under the car. That's
National
right.
television.
I didn't lay under the car.
Tell the truth. Tell the
I
truth.
didn't lay under the car, but I got in the trunk of that car.
Thank you. Good night. I can't trust my own people. Wonder what those producers plan to do after they worked here. I knew they were up to something. I'm looking at them over there. All right, enough about that. I'm innocent, so I'll leave it at that. My next guest, Debbie, has been living with her packrat husband's mess for 18 years. He's got everything from old 1952 receipts to broken computer keyboards. She's given him an ultimatum. It's me or the junk.
Hi, do you see my sign? Home is the nicest place to be, but not for me. Look at all these boxes. This is like living in a storage warehouse. When a VCR dies around here, we just get another one and put it on top. Look at all this stuff. I'm still throwing away junk mail that's 20 years old. Believe it or not, this is a bathroom. Here's the sink and toilet to prove it. Okay, here we have the clearest space in the house, the inside of the washing machine. I recently opened a dresser drawer and found the nylons that belonged to his late wife, and she's been dead for over 20 years. I gave Roger an ultimatum. It's this stuff or me. Dr. Phil, I've been surrounded by Roger's junk for 18 years. I don't think Roger even knows what most of this stuff is that he's surrounded by every day. See these nice old maps? I'm sure somebody wants them. I'm so fed up. I bought a house nearby and I'm ready to move, with or without Roger.
All right, we're talking about how to live with your spouse's annoying habits. Debbie says she's been living with her packrat husband's stuff for 18 years. She's given him an ultimatum. It's your junk or me. Now, Debbie arranged a little surprise for Roger this morning, and we have cameras at his house right now. Hey, Roger, it's Dr. Phil. Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
You can hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, so you didn't expect us this morning, did you?
I expected something. I didn't know exactly what it was, but
you knew you were getting set up?
I knew I was set up. I knew that there was somebody going to be coming in because she was systematically making the house look worse.
Oh, yeah. But you've got receipts from 1952?
Probably.
Right here.
Probably. Okay,
1950.
1950, okay. Tell me what the interest and sizzle is in that old receipt.
The reason for keeping things like that she occasionally finds is that in order to do away with all of those, it would be necessary to go through all of those boxes. And that takes a lot of time, and I'm allergic to dust, and I don't know what is in a lot of those things.
Roger, I understand it would take a lot of time, but you've had 42 years on that one.
I lead a busy life.
Excuse me, 52 years on. You said 1950. It's been 52 years. You couldn't squeeze it in some Saturday morning?
It was probably hidden in a book somewhere.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your luggage.
I did a lot of traveling over the last 3 years, traveling back and forth to my father's every 2 weeks. And the airlines have been systematically destroying my luggage. I don't consider that stack you see there a lifetime supply yet.
Oh, because of the, well, now I can't argue much with you there. Debbie, you're on your own there. What about this garter and stuff in the drawer from your ex-wife?
His late wife died in 1984. And I found this in a drawer about a month ago.
It was buried under some clothes. I hadn't seen it.
Well, that's because you had so much stuff in the drawer you couldn't get to it.
Probably.
Do you have empty Coke cans at home?
Those came from Oregon and have to go back to Oregon to collect the deposit on my next trip up to see my daughter.
Do you think this is at all unnatural or abnormal to save all of this stuff?
Unnatural, abnormal. Probably not that strong, but unnecessary.
Would you go with a little quirky?
I'm not sure, maybe.
Inconvenient?
Well, see, here's the thing, and you know, we're having some fun with you about this, and everybody's entitled to do whatever they want to do, but the problem is Debbie is really upset about this, and she thinks you're choosing your stuff over her. You're really bugged about this, right, Debbie?
Absolutely.
All right, so what do you want him to do?
I want him to spend some of his time looking through and making a decision that this is worth keeping and worth taking care of, and other things are not worth keeping and not worth taking care of.
Well, Roger,
and I would be included on that list.
Well, Roger, Debbie told us that she thinks that one of the reasons you keep all of this stuff there is so the house is almost uninhabitable and people won't come over because you don't want anybody messing around and coming over to your house. Is that true?
I'll go halfway with it. I don't want people coming over and messing with my stuff, but I don't keep it out so that they can't. In other words, we have come to an agreement that it's okay for her to have friends over as long as they stay in the living room and the path to the bathroom and don't get into my den and don't get into my bedroom. She wants them in her bedroom, that's fine.
Okay. Well, if it came down to your stuff, and see, I think sometimes people hang on to their stuff because it's kind of an external measure of their self-worth. Like in Texas, for example, I've noticed there are these guys that have all of these keys on their belt. Have you ever seen these guys? They got like 400 keys on their belt, and they live in a trailer and drive a pickup. I mean, they couldn't open that much stuff in 100 years. But I think that's kind of it's a security for them. Is that why you're hanging on to this stuff? Is it kind of a security for you?
Oh, I don't think so. I think some of it I intend, it's kind of a stockpile that I intend to use, like the luggage. But most of what I really want to keep is memorabilia kind of stuff and reminders of past times.
Does it bother you that it bothers her?
Yes, and I have moved about 400 cubic feet of it into a storage unit to get it out of her way.
Okay, well, I don't think that, and I hate dealing with ultimatums in a relationship, but Debbie, you've kind of laid one down, right?
Yes, I bought another house to move into. And
That's a
I'm trying to
serious step.
decide whether to take Roger with me to see if I can get him to go there without his stuff, because his stuff's not coming.
So what do you think, Roger? Do you stay with your stuff, or do you go with Debbie?
I'm not going to that house that she's talking about because it's in the valley and the air there is not clean enough for me to survive on. That's just a no chance.
All right, well, what I want you guys to think about is that every relationship has quirks. I mean, every partner has something that upsets the other person, and you just kind of have to live and roll with those. Some things get pushed over the line, and you have to negotiate some middle ground, okay? So I want you guys to really think about this, because Roger, I think she's really serious, and I would hate to see you have a house full of stuff and none of it alive and warm and willing to talk to you and engage with you. So will you think about that? All right, thanks, Roger. Thanks, Debbie. I'm talking about those annoying things your spouse does that just drive you crazy. Now, Kay wrote to me saying her husband, Dan, is so opinionated she cringes whenever he opens his mouth. Take a look.
Dan doesn't often realize how what he says is affecting the people that are around him.
I'm sorry, did I offend you?
It embarrasses me.
People are idiots. They paid absolutely no attention to what's going on in the world.
I brought Dan to an office function, and I introduced him to one of my coworkers. And Dan reaches out and pats him on the tummy and says, "It looks like married life's been good to you." I just wanted to crawl under the table. He says that if somebody's offended, that's their problem.
People need to lighten up a bit. God forbid you call someone handicapped. You call somebody a serviceman. You gotta call them a service person. It's ridiculous. If people don't like what I say, they're more than welcome to get up and leave.
I don't care what anybody thinks. That's his mantra.
We pulled into the gas station when another guy was pulling up. He felt I was taking his pump as if it was bequeathed to him.
Dan says, "Oh, poor you. You had to drive around and find a new spot, and you might probably got lost." And I was just sitting in the passenger seat like this.
When I try and be quiet for a long period of time or try to keep things to a minimum, it feels like I'm going against my nature.
I find myself doing damage control with friends after after party, oh, you know, I was really embarrassed when Dan said that comment about Catholics. You know, I hope your sister-in-law isn't Catholic.
I'm not prejudiced. I hate everybody. It's just kind of who I am.
Dr. Phil, could you please help me by telling my husband that he doesn't need to share every thought and every opinion that pops into his head?
You know what your problem is, in short?
Stimulus response.
You've never been knocked out.
No, I talked my way out of it.
I mean, when you were growing up, nobody just beat the tar out of you, did they?
They tried.
And so you kind of let your mouth just keep going. Now, but let me ask you something. We just touched on some of the things here. And what you're saying is you get tired of having to be politically correct all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you don't object to that, do you?
Not necessarily.
I mean, because really, we get such, I mean, people are 80 years young and they're math challenged. And we come up with all of these words and you object to that. But you kind of cross the line, don't you, beyond politically correct? I made a list myself of things that came out of your interview. Republicans are idiots.
No, well, that was obviously taken out of context. I wasn't just driving saying Republicans are idiots, but because I voted Republican, as a matter of fact.
Are you an idiot?
No. No.
Okay, well, let me finish. You call people trailer trash or rednecks.
I have.
Okay, 90% of people are stupid. There should be a law passed against stupid people. Well, you better hope that isn't true. I mean, some people would consider you stupid for the things you're saying.
And they're welcome to their opinion.
Okay, I got you. The only problem with capital punishment is we don't use it quickly enough or often enough. Oh, he's Catholic. That explains everything. We should legalize drugs and let the users all go out and kill themselves. I'm not prejudiced. I hate all stupid people equally. Seatbelt laws and motorcycle helmet laws only save stupid people from themselves.
Well, that's kind of mixed up a little bit, but yeah, I agree.
Well, no, what do you mean it's kind of mixed up?
Well, actually, what I said was we've kind of got our priorities mixed up on that. If there's no seatbelt helmet laws, at least in Minnesota, so I can drive around on a motorcycle, not required to wear a helmet, but yet if I get in my big Suburban or my big vehicle, suddenly now the law says that I have to protect they were trying to protect me from myself and wear a seatbelt. I'm an adult. If I'd make that decision, I think we have far too many laws that try to protect people from themselves.
Well, who decides? But I mean, I understand this bugs you a lot, right?
It does, yes.
And now everybody in America knows it.
Everybody in Minnesota already knows.
Does that put her on the stupid list?
No.
This bothers her,
Not
so
at
she
all.
brought you on national television? No, who decides who's stupid and who's a redneck and who's trash?
People do by their actions.
No, I mean, what standard do you use to decide that?
Just life experiences, I guess. I make these comments more in just social commentary. I don't mean to be serious. I try to make light of a lot of things, and when I see people, I'm not being judgmental. I believe is where we differ. That I'm not being judgmental. I don't know them as a person. I don't know, but
You're not being judgmental?
No, I don't know
Should
the
we go
person.
back over the list? I went down here looking for bald guys. I thought.
No, but I have made references to Texas, so there you go.
Yeah,
She promised me this morning in the hotel room.
This morning in the hotel room, Dan, if you make any wisecracks about Texas to Dr. Phil, I'll kill you.
All right, well, are rednecks from Texas?
Oh, they're from everywhere.
Okay. Including Texas.
It's more of an attitude, you know.
Who do you admire?
You.
Well, why?
Because you're a straight shooter. You call it like you see it.
Yeah, but I don't call people trailer trash and redneck. When you do what you're doing, and you're targeting a group, you don't think that's judgmental?
It's been said it is.
Right.
I mean, my wife calls me judgmental all the time. Stop being judgmental.
But honestly, what do you think? Do you think you're judgmental?
No, I don't.
Okay, and so
I say most of this stuff in humor. It's trying to lighten up the moment.
But you believe it.
On a lesser extent.
You just can't go around saying this to everybody and hurting.
Well, I don't say it to
It hurts people and embarrasses me.
Do you love your wife?
Absolutely.
Do you care what she thinks?
Absolutely.
Are you interested in what she's sensitive to?
I absolutely am.
Are you interested in her health and peace and peace of mind?
More than anything.
Do you want to make her happy in the way you companion her?
Yep.
Then why don't you shut up? I'm just curious.
Like I said, I'm stimulus response. I'm a typical guy. Something pops into my head, my filter's blocked. The filter from my brain to my mouth apparently is blocked, or I don't have one. And I think a lot of it comes from growing up. I was the youngest of all of our siblings, and I had 5 sisters ahead of me. And I was tortured and abused by those 5 sisters.
Jeez.
Psychologically speaking, you know.
Okay. All right.
So I learned to...
Sisters, we don't believe him. Okay? We don't believe him for a minute. All right, go ahead.
And I guess I learned to use humor, or my sense of humor. It is, I love to egg them on. I have since I was a child.
As you say, you have the right to say what you want and do what you want whenever you do it, as long as it's not at somebody else's expense. And if it's at somebody else's expense, you got to say, wait a minute, is that the best thing for me to be doing? And I'm always curious when somebody says it's my right to do something, if they consider a responsibility they might have to their partner. Because you get embarrassed, don't you?
Yes.
And you get humiliated.
Very much.
And sometimes you want to fall through the floor, even though in the kitchen you may think it's funny.
Right.
Okay. Do you think you could compromise to the point of not calling people stupid, idiot, redneck, and worthless while they're around?
I typically don't say it to them, or, you know, again, these are comments I make to my wife. Those types of comments are observations I make to my wife while we're, you know, walking through a mall, and I guess I've made, well, yeah.
Yeah, well, you did say that. You said he has a loud voice,
And
like
he
people
talks
can't hear
a
this.
lot.
Okay. So I'm just asking you, would you, this is just a quirk. I mean, I think it's highly judgmental, but it's a quirk. Are you willing to say, I will consider putting a muzzle on to benefit her while other people are around?
Not only would I do, I make an effort. I do. I've gotten much better at it, I think.
Okay, well, she didn't write in here and bring you down here because you're doing so much better. She wrote in and brought you down here because she wants you to do a whole lot better. And I'm just saying,
and I will.
Out of sensitivity
do
to her.
the best that I can to, because like you say, her happiness and her well-being is obviously the utmost importance to me. So if for nothing else, for personal or for greedy reasons, when she's happy, obviously it's not taken out on me, and I'm happy.
You have just figured it out. I'm talking to couples who have pet peeves about each other. Walt says his wife Sean's procrastinating is costing him time, space, and money. Take a look.
Dr. Phil, I have a horrible habit of putting things off.
Dr. Phil, I have to lie about the time or even set my clocks ahead just to get her to places on time.
For some reason, it always takes me a considerable amount of time to follow through with everything.
She promised me 2 years ago she would clean this out. When was the last time she wore this?
I always start things out with a bang, but...
Sean returned from deployment 2 months ago. Check this out. Her bags are still packed and in the same location when she got back.
I really feel like I have good intentions.
She intended to fill out our homestead exemption paperwork for property taxes, but never got around to it. As a result, we're paying $70 extra a month in mortgage payments.
It's gotten to the point that a lot of times my husband doesn't ask me to do things.
Let's just face it, I'm not comfortable with her paying the bills or taking the kids to doctor's appointments because I'm afraid she won't get them there on time.
Dr. Phil, tell me what I have to do to stop procrastinating. I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe next week.
Now, if there's ever a sense of justice, he's just gone on national television and said you are always late.
Yes.
And he ain't here.
Nope.
He missed his flight.
That's the best thing that could have ever happened for
Well,
me.
they do tell me, Julie, did he actually make it to the building? All right, well, let's bring him in then.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I didn't have someone to set my clocks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. How you doing?
Great. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we'll see. So you missed your flight?
Yes, I did.
And
As a matter of
so
fact.
they told me we had to like reroute you through Dallas, have you spend the night, take an early flight this morning, get you through traffic. So what's your story?
I'm innocent. You weren't there. No, there was an accident. So the traffic was backed up, so.
Yeah, there's an accident and you made it. All right, now, so this is driving you nuts because you do this occasionally. She does this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what's up with this?
It's something I've done my whole life. My mom says I'm going to be late for my own funeral. So
Okay, but why? I mean, what's your self-analysis of this?
I honestly can't tell you. I don't know whether I enjoy, spur of the moment, in just the nick of time stuff. I don't know really why I do it. I just know that I'm getting older, and it's harder to remember what I have to do at the last minute now. So that's why I know that I need help.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's your justification.
No, I've done it my whole life. It's just getting harder to keep up with.
Well, but you're
hide
saying
it.
you forgot?
Oh,
That's
no.
I mean, if you met Dan, he's got a million excuses.
No, I don't forget. I just always find other things to do.
Okay, but why? I mean, what goes? I'm really curious when people are procrastinators and they're always late. What is the mental process you go through when you say, okay, I got to go somewhere. I know what time I'm supposed to be there. I know how long it takes to get ready. And that all equals 45 minutes. So I think I'll go do something else that takes 30 minutes and then come and try to do 45 and 15. What's the process you go through in your mind? Wouldn't you love to know the answer to this?
I'm waiting for the answer on this
Yeah,
one.
I thought you were.
I don't know. I start out and I try to get ready ahead of time, but it just.
No, you don't.
I understand that.
No, you
I
don't.
don't know why I do it.
You don't start
know.
out and try to get ready on time. Because let me tell you something. You have said you are always late, right?
Pretty much.
You couldn't be always late unless you were working at it. You would be on time just by accident. Occasionally, if you weren't physically, purposely avoiding being there on time. Are you just into being fashionably late?
I don't do it with work, so there's got to be hope there,
Because you're military, right?
Yes, sir.
And I thought, and you were military, correct?
Correct.
Aren't you guys pretty buttoned up and, on time and everything's just right?
Yes, sir.
Well, do you just drive them nuts?
I just drive my family nuts. The people at work said they had no clue that, they considered me a closet procrastinator because they said they had no idea I had the problem.
Because you're always on time and you
Yes.
get things done when you're
Yes, sir.
supposed to.
Yes.
And that means you only do it when you know you can.
Maybe.
Right? It means you have the ability to not do it because when the consequences are there, you can do it. And when they're not there, you don't. So you look at it like, nothing they can do to me, so I'm going to take this success.
I agree with you. I don't actually even realize I'm doing it, but recently I've seen my son doing it, so I know that I'm rubbing off on him, and obviously I've rubbed off on Walt because he was late for the show,
Yeah.
And so I realize that I've got to stop because I'm leading by a bad example.
I've asked you 3 or 4 different ways, but I want you to tell me what you think your payoff is for putting things off. Because you wouldn't do it if you weren't getting some reward for it. Do you agree with that? At least in concept?
Yeah.
So what's your payoff? What are you getting out of it?
I don't know if it's that I strive or it's just become such a habit of me to do things at the last minute. It's enjoyable. I kind of feel like I've got an angel on my shoulder and it always kind of works out. And so maybe I've kind of
But are you aware that it works out at other people's expense?
No, I wasn't, but I'm
Well,
starting to.
Interestingly, I did a little math on a couple of things that we could just quantify. One is you procrastinated and didn't file your homestead extension, so that cost you $70 a month, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you waited, it took you 2 years longer than it should have to get the promotion that gave you an extra $400 a month, correct?
Yes, sir.
I did the math on that, and it came up to $11,280 over the last 24 months. Just the last 24 months, $11,280 you've cost yourself and your husband and your family because this little angel on your shoulder was taking care of you and everything just seemed to kind of work out. So that's a pretty expensive angel, wouldn't you think? That's about $500 a month for you to drag your feet. What do you think about that?
It's an expensive angel. The angel also helps me find really neat situations where I make money too. Maybe one, you know, I don't know.
Are you trying to defend what?
I'm not trying to defend my angel. No, it's wrong. I know that.
Yeah, and your children. Didn't you just say you have a child that's beginning to do the same thing?
Yes, he's starting to run around at the last second.
Okay, so he's in this urgent crisis race around all the time because children learn what they live.
Exactly.
So the cost of this is actually pretty high.
When I talked to my parents about this, that my dad said I got it, you know, naturally, that he was the same way. And that's kind of when I realized that I have the choice.
Well, at some point you got to break the
Yes,
chain, right?
exactly.
Because seriously, you have to make a decision that you have analyzed this. You have said, at work, I don't do it because I can't.
No.
At home, I do it because I can. So you just have to consequate your behavior. Because people who are procrastinating, I'll tell you, I've analyzed this for years, it is a manipulative control thing. It is the way you control the situation. It becomes all about you. Everything is hinged on you, everything waits on you, everything revolves around you because the world has to stop until you get there. It is a power thing. It is a control thing. It is an arrogant thing. Now, those are ugly words that you don't like to hear, but does the shoe fit?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, of course it does.
Subconsciously, yes.
Of course it does. Everything's about you. Say, hey, it'll work out. They'll wait on me. And what you do is you have to consequate your behavior. What could you do that would consequate your behavior at home where it cost you more to be late or put something off than you got positively by putting it off? What's something you really value? Do you ever go to work without taking a shower?
No.
Would that just be terribly distasteful to you?
Yes.
You wouldn't like that? All right. Do you like wash your hair every morning?
Yes.
Okay. What if you just said, I'm going to contract with myself that if I do something that day late, if I procrastinate something that day, I don't get to shower or wash my hair before I go to work the next day?
That would do it.
Yeah? What do you think?
Oh.
I know that's a penalty to you as well.
Yeah.
But
you got to keep those showers going. But
in the grand scheme of things, it might give you the shortest solution where you can choose something else. I mean, do you have favorite television shows you like to watch at night?
Yes.
Like what? I assume you watch the DrPhil show every day.
Absolutely.
We don't want to take that off the
No.
list.
Oh, I think that would be good.
Yeah?
No.
But you see what I'm saying? You have to pick a consequence where if you violate your commitment to change your life, it costs you something right now that matters to you.
I agree with
Because we know your formula is you do it because you can. Let's make it high priced. You'll stop doing it right now. I can go into all this Freudian analysis about how you figured this out and did that. And you can figure that out on your own. Go pay somebody $10,000 and they can figure that out. But in the meantime, let's quit doing it.
Okay.
And the way you quit doing it is make it cost you more than it's worth. Deal?
Deal.
All right. See, she shook my hand on time. All right, Mark and Amanda have been married less than a year, and they already have a long list of pet peeves. So, I'll start with you, Amanda. What is it that's bugging you about him?
The first thing is he sings all the time. It's either humming or whistling or singing. He's never quiet.
Yeah.
I need my quiet time, you know?
Well, how dare you be happy? All right, what else?
He bites his nails
Yeah, let me see him.
down to the cuticle, and then he spits them. He's like, and then spits them wherever we are, you know, on the carpet, in the car.
All right, your turn.
That's not shopping. We'll start there. When she goes shopping, she goes in the store. I don't have anything against shopping, but she never looks at price tags. Won't look at the price tag. She'll take it to the counter, credit card down, it's gone.
That bugs you.
For example, she bought a pair of shoes, And she went, and the sales lady said, it's great, they're half price. She, wonderful, great, let's get them. Takes them to the counter, the woman's like, it's $300. And she's like, no, they're half price. She was like, that is half price.
I did do that.
And then she was embarrassed, and so
For
she
a pair
couldn't
of
take them back.
shoes?
They're really good shoes.
Is this the shoes? You have a $600 pair of shoes and you didn't wear them to my show? Let me see these. Let me see your foot. All right, so I didn't get the $600 shoes.
Sorry.
All right, what else besides shopping?
She carries on daily conversations with her mom and her sister.
They live in Texas. I miss them so much.
I love them both, but we'll be going to dinner somewhere, and she'll be on the phone, she'll talk, and next thing I know, she's like, Mom and Dad just left McDonald's.
So how long y'all been married?
A little over a year.
Did you just meet each other at the church? Did you not know any of this ahead of time?
No, we knew.
Did you discuss it ahead of time?
No.
No, you did, but you knew these things. You knew he hummed and whistled and spit fingernails all the time?
Yes, and I still love him. It just kind of wears on me a little bit.
Yeah. So, but I mean, these are quirks, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And quirks don't have to end a relationship.
No.
I mean, we have to go along with this sometimes.
Right.
You know, one of the things about relationships is when people that go to relationship therapy, 2/3 of them are worse or no better after a year. Can you believe that? That tells us that we've been teaching the wrong things. And one of the principles is that a relationship cannot survive a flawed partner. Of course it can survive a flawed partner, but you got to be willing to try to negotiate these things and be sensitive to your partner. Now, I'm just curious. I'm going to take a quick poll. Okay, first off, I'm curious, how many people think that the packrat is going to move anything? If so, raise your hand. Mine's not up. I'm just curious. Okay, next we talk to Dan and Kate. Now, how many of you think he really is going to try to muzzle himself in sensitivity? Raise your hand. Well, look at that. See, you did pretty well. Okay, how about the procrastinator? If you think she got it and figured this out and is going to do better, raise your hand. See, you're getting pretty good marks. Okay. And how about these newlyweds? You think they'll be married in 10 years? Raise your hand. Yeah, they kind of like each other, don't you think? Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.